Hey guys, it's Fairy Truths, and I know this video has taken forever to get out there. I've just been really busy, and I really need to start committing to you guys because I know that everyone's pretty busy and they still are able to do other things too. So I'm going to try my best to get as many videos out there for you guys in the next couple, this weekend pretty much. So here's the Q&A, guys. First question is, can you be two things at once, like a mermaid and a vampire? The answer is not to my knowledge, because for one spell to work, you can't have another spell on you. You have to reverse it, or else it will cause problems in this transformation. So no. A lot of questions about the giveaway. It's going to happen. I just ordered some fairy pendulums, and they should be coming within the next couple of weeks, and then as soon as that gets started, I will start the giveaway. I don't have a set date, but I do know exactly what I'm giving away, so stay tuned. I wanted to know, if you have depression and you do the fairy spell, will it make that go away because you're genuinely happy as a fairy? And the answer to that is very complicated. In a sense, yes, but depression is a serious mental disorder, not a bad thing at all. It can lead to worse things, but it is something that's psychological, and it won't get rid of the depression, but it will help with it and maybe help you cope with it and help you get better. And I love you, and I hope that you find happiness. Number one question, where is Fairy for real? Guys, Fairy for real is fine. I was just with her last weekend. She's just busy all the time. And when she's not busy, she wants to spend time with her family and friends, and she really doesn't have time right now. But stay tuned, because I bet she will be posting videos eventually. I've been getting a lot of mermaid questions, and like I said, that's going to be a whole separate video once that comes out, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. I can't answer any questions right now. People are asking if my sister can be in more videos with me, and I think that's a good idea, so I'll talk to her and see what we can do together. People are asking if there's a way to contact me other than YouTube and Twitter, and the answer to that is not really. You could email me, but I get so many emails that it's really hard for me to check them all at the same time, so I don't normally check those unless it's important or if I have some free time, which hasn't been the case lately. So YouTube and Twitter, I haven't been on Twitter in a while either, so really YouTube's the only way to contact me at the moment. Can you fly when you do the Irish spell even though you don't have wings? Yes, you can. You have to do a spell for that. And if you guys want a video on that, I can make that one day. What do you use to edit your videos? I use my phone and iMovie. When did you start learning about fairies and being interested in it? I always have been, ever since I was born, and then I just pursued it and did a lot of research, and me and my friends all decided that it was what we wanted to do. Would you do the fairy spell again to become a fairy? No, probably not. I really don't have time for that, so maybe one day if there's a time for it, then maybe, but probably not. When is your next live hangout? Hopefully, in November, when we have our little short break for Thanksgiving here in America, then maybe I'll be able to do a live hangout then, because I'll have some free time. How do you know if you were born as a fairy, and were you born as a fairy? Usually, you'll always sense things that you were born as a fairy, and you can always ask your parents. They might be able to tell you. I was not born a fairy. I mean, I've talked about becoming one, so no. If you're a fairy, how can you tell that someone is if they did the Irish spell? You would have to ask them, but you can also sense things like that, and also the fairy seeing ointment is a really good way to tell, and fairy pendulums help too. Will I still get side effects if I messed up on the spell? Yes, you most likely will. They just won't be full out, and you obviously will not do a full transformation. If I'm taking medicine or antibiotics, will it mess up the spell? Not typically, but depending on the type of medicine, it could. So I would recommend, if you can, to do it when you're not on meds. But if you always have to take medication, then I would still try the spell anyway. When you're a fairy, are your wings always there, or do they appear when you want them to? They're always there, so normally people would untransform when they don't want their wings, or you can hide them and put them under your clothes. They're pretty bendy and transparent. Is it possible to fly in the rain? Yes, it is. Storming I wouldn't recommend just because of the dangerous weather, but yeah, you can fly in the rain. Do pendulums or wings represent auras? Well, pendulums, they really come in all kinds of colors. It doesn't matter your aura, but wings, typically are the color of the fairy dust that you choose for the aura, so the wings kind of do. Would you be able to sell us fairy potions or fairy dust? No, because I don't think it's right to sell that to you guys. Honestly, it's really easy to make, and that's why I offer the free tutorial on how to do it, because I figure you guys are able to make it. The ingredients are pretty cheap, and maybe they might not cost anything at all, because all it is flower petals and glitter and water, so you wouldn't really need to spend too much money on that to make it yourself. How do I make my own spell? I do have a video about this. I'm not sure if I completely went full out and explained it, but I am starting a series on spell making, so if you stay tuned for that, it's going to be a huge series on all kinds of spell 101. Did pixies and fairies ever get along, or were they always enemies? Well, it's hard to say because it's been like this for so long, but I do believe that at one point fairies and pixies worked together to make the world a better place, and then some sort of dark power got over the pixies and they just are very rude and mean creatures. Does wearing symbols help this transformation process? Yes, it does, especially if you wear the item that you put in the spell that is your cherished item. That will really help the spell process go quicker and be more successful. How do wings grow? Do they just pop out, or is it a slow process? They start off as just like pushing through, and then you have little bumps on your back, and then they just slowly develop into full-on wings. And at first your wings will be really short, and then part of it will grow onto it and make it longer and longer until it's fully grown. Someone asked if I have an Instagram, and I do, but I don't have one for YouTube, and it's just like for my friends and family. So the answer to that is no, because I don't want you guys following me on there. But if you want to follow me on my Twitter, I always have it linked below, so you can follow me there. Someone asked if I have a fairy pendulum, and I did, but I gave it to this girl that was she was supposed to be going to fairy school, but she ended up not going, and she was really nice, so I just gave it to her and never got a new one, because that one was just, I don't know, I just never saw the need to have one after I stopped being a fairy, so that's that. And the last question is, are me and Confessions of a Fairy best friends? And yes, we are. If you saw our friendship spell, we explained how we've been friends for like 10 years now, and yeah, so we're best friends, and we probably are always going to be. So thank you guys for watching. I know it took a long time to get this video out, but if you have any more questions, just leave them down below and I'll answer them in the comments section, and the next video will hopefully be out soon. Bye guys.